I knew the rear arches were bad on my completely rotten Mark II XR2. But when I started cutting into them, there was no metal left. So today, I'm going to start rebuilding the inner and outer arches. And if I get this wrong, well, the whole quarter could end up ruined. Let's get into it. It's time to start on these crusty arches. So I've got my outer repair panel there. My biggest problem with this is left and right. I haven't really got any point to go to because it's rotten, it's not there. I've had to cut a bit out so I can get that sitting flat. So I think what we're gonna do is use the end of the sill there as our kind of datum point. So I think this will probably get cut off and we'll bring the arch right down. But I think that's the best way to set this left and right and kind of find the centre. Something like that. I've got it tight up against that sill. If we're gonna use all of this, I don't know. I mean, I've got a mark there. I think I'm gonna split it across there, just so it comes past this line here. Because I am worried about the heat distortion here. Right, forget everything I just said. I was looking in a bit more detail, and when I got this line meeting up, it wasn't really meeting up with the sill properly. So I've had to take action. I've cut the bottom of this arch off, and what we'll actually do, we'll probably cut it just along here, because we know the sill's good and that's in position, that's not changing. And then on the back, it wasn't really meeting up with this line. So I've test fitted my rear corner repair panel, and they're beautiful now. So we'll ignore what's going on behind it, because that's all rotten anyway, and we'll go with this. So after I figured that part out, I thought I'll have a look at my inner arch repair panel. And it turns out that's another outer arch, but this one is from Magnum. Now I thought this would be a better fit and I wanted to use it, but it only just covers the rot and you don't know how far that's gone back on the other side. So we're gonna stick with this one, make the changes that we said we're gonna do. Let's start cracking on. So first up, before I mark anything out, I need to make sure this is in 100% the right position. Because if I get this wrong, then this quarter panel's knackered. Or failing that, I'm gonna have lots of patches trying to piece it all back together. Once I'm happy with the position, I can then take the arch back off, over to the bench and cut that top section off because we don't need it. Then back onto the car again, and now I'm just playing around with it, trying to get it back on those marks, make sure everything's lining up as it should. And then this time, for a bit more accuracy, I'm just gonna run the grinder around the edge of the panel, and now I know I've got a true cut line to work with. Off the arch comes again, and now I can attack this with the grinder, making sure I stay on the inside of my lines. So that is what we're left with. I do hope my new inner arch is going to take all this out. I mean, some of that's just surface rust. But yeah, I'm still waiting for that to turn up. But for the meantime, we can test fit the new piece and see what's going on. Right, I tried it in and it wasn't quite right, so I've trimmed a bit more out. So this should be the final test fit. Now, I haven't tried this in, so we're seeing this together. So I've either cut it too big and ruined this quarter, or it's gonna feel like a dream. Let's have a look. I think we're good. So I'm pretty happy that that's a good fit. Got a couple of little gaps in places, but overall, that's fitting pretty nice. All tight and right. All down there. I mean, you could argue the gaps will aid penetration. So that was really hard to clamp in. As you can see, I've started using the magnets to try and hold it. I'm trying to find words that are suitable for YouTube to describe how that makes me feel, but I haven't got there yet. So anyway, that's all fitting tight and right. I can clean up these bits, ready for welding, clean up the inside, weld through primer, all the rest of it. Still waiting on that inner arch, so I think what we'll do for the meantime is attack that stone chip on the inside. Horrible job, but it's got to be done. As I've said before, I haven't got the time, the transport, or the money to get this car blasted, and there'd probably be nothing left if I did. So unfortunately, it's the manual way for me. I'm going full PPE for this because it's such a dirty, horrible job. But it's got to be done. And eventually, we start to see some of that shiny metal coming through. Also, while I was here, I've done that front inner wing that I've been putting off. I'll show you exactly why it's so important that all this gets removed. Right, that's the front and back arches done. I am absolutely filthy after that, but it had to be done, and I'll show you why. So on that rear arch, you can see I've already given that one coat of treatment, but what I found was there, big hole there, and all that is very crusty. It looks a little bit tender there as well, so we'll probably replace that. And I also found a previous repair there, which doesn't look terrible. I really want to find out what's behind it, if the rot was cut out, because I might be able to get away with just grinding back those welds. And then on the front, I haven't treated this one yet, but I will do. But what you find hiding behind that stone chip, if the camera picks it up, is you see all the pitting there, and it's just starting to rot. A little bit round there as well, you can see that. So it's very important that that all comes off. It's, yeah, just showing a few signs of starting to rust there as well. So we'll get this all treated, get it all coated up. We'll get a second one on the back. Once that one's dry, we'll get a second one on that, and we can hit that with a bit of primer. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go and have a shower, and we'll hit this again in the morning. Right, it's the next day, and this is where we're up to. Front inner arch is all treated, primed, ready to go. Looking pretty good. And then moving down the back, I've just clamped in that arch again because my inner arch has turned up. So I've got that in. So it's quite difficult to get all that in place and mark it out because obviously there's no metal left. So I haven't really got anything to clamp to, but I think we're where we need to be. I'm going to run that grind around. I'll come right inside my line, cut it out, put it all back together and see what we're looking like. First up, out comes the arch. Then I can run round with a grinder and just roughly cut this out. Then another test fit of the arch, checking everything is lining up as it should. A few adjustments here and there. Another test fit of the arch. And to be honest, I'm not totally convinced on the fitment of this. But I carry on and start to clean up the areas that are going to be welded, making sure to remove all the paint. Then I go round and put a couple of holes in the outer lip so that I can plug weld this to the inner arch. Right, I've got everything prepped up and ready to go. I was going to attach this to the outer arch and kind of put it in one piece, but it's pulling itself and twisted and stuff like that. So I've got a couple of marks where this needs to line up. So I'm going to tack it in for now and then offer up the outer arch, see if we're any good. I think I have just run out of welding gas, but let's see how we get on. Right, a couple of tacks on there. Let's see how we're looking. I don't think it's right, but we'll soon see. So with the inner arch now tacked in, I tried to refit my outer arch, but it was clear something was wrong. I was fighting this for ages, but I couldn't get it to fit. This is not going well. The inner arch to the outer arch, it's just not fitting. I don't know how I didn't spot it before, but let me show you what I mean. So this is the passenger side ones. Now this isn't as bad, but when you get it all nice and tight and right round there, you follow it round, and then it's out there. So on the one I'm actually fitting, it was a lot worse. So I clamped it in both sides, and it was kind of pulling that up when I clamped it in. So then on the car, I couldn't get this arch fitting right. So what I've done, I've just tacked on the outer arch for now. So I know that's in position. And then the inner one, don't know how well you see it, but it is in there. And I've sliced it. Where is it? There. So I've done a few cuts around it so that I can bring it back into this curve. But now, as you'll see, I've got a big gap running around there. So I've ended up cutting too much out of that tub, which is really frustrating. I did get that spare outer arch head. I thought I'd try and make my own inner arch, and yeah, that didn't go well at all. So I think now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fully weld this arch in, then I'll come back, put the inner in, and I'll just have to cut a strip to run around that gap. A lot more welding, it's not ideal, but that's what I'm left with. All these panels came with the car, that's what I'm using. I'm not buying any more, so that's where we're at. Obviously the correct way to do this would be to put the inner section in first, get that all welded up and dressed back, and then put the outer on, but because I had no metal there and no point to work to, I can't do it. So this is proving quite challenging. But let's get this one welded up, get this one welded in and see what we're left with. So I start off just by tacking it in a few places to hold the two pieces flush. Now I was struggling quite a bit along this top section. It just kept wanting to pull in. I just cut the welds off and tack it again. And I keep going with this till I get it flush. Now I'm working around this slowly because it's a big old panel and the quarter is at risk of getting heat distorted. So working round, I'm just using the airline where needed, just to keep that metal cool. What looks like a quick job has actually taken quite a while. I'm taking breaks in between, just letting that metal cool down and slowly working round. And eventually it's welded in. And then I can attack this with the grinder, get those welds fully dressed back. And we're looking all right. So that's the outer arch, all welded in, all ground back. So not looking too bad. All welded up. There's a couple of places where it's pulled in a little bit. And pulled in a little bit there, but I might try and push that back out from the other side. But yeah, not looking too bad. Let's move on. So the next job, just before we put that inner arch in, I'm gonna get this corner built up. So that's my panel there for it. So yeah, I think get that build up and then everything there is solid and then I can mess around with that pesky rear arch. Got that corner all welded up, all dressed back and primed. So outer arch as well, all in primer. So we're looking pretty good there. I'm happy with that. And the rear corner. So that was a bit of a fight to get that to fit. You can see I've lost the line a bit there and it's pulled in where I've welded it. So I will beat that from the other side and get that a bit better. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how that's come out. So I'll need to get that as good as I can get it. My body shop guy won't be happy with me, but any distortion where it's pulled in and that, anything I can't get out by beating it from the other side, it's nothing a bit of filler can't sort out. I'm thinking maybe all these panels that came with the car, I should just ditch them, stop being tight and buy some more because yeah, this whole area has been a struggle with fitment. That corner was actually from Magnum. They're supposed to be the ones that are good, but I don't know, maybe it's me. Next job is the inner arch. I don't know how much of that I'll get on video because I'm going to be all up in here trying to weld and all that kind of stuff. Either way, I'm going to crack on, get that welded up. If I can't film it, I'll show you the results in a minute. Okay, inner arch is all done as good as I can get it. I didn't film it because you wouldn't have been able to see anything apart from my back. Right, so there is my piece there. I've ran seam seal around it because there's two big seams of welding. You know, there could be loads of pinholes in that. So while I remembered, I put some seam seal around it and then I just ran it round there as well, where the two halves of the tub meet. So that is that inner arch done. This bit here and all of this here I'm gonna do with the underneath stuff. I'll tie all that up in one hit. Not ideal having to do that, running the seam seal around like that and that big seam, but that's the best I could come up with. The seam sealer is always gonna look messy and horrible. Once that's all stone chipped, you're never gonna see it. So I think the next job, while we're on this side of the car, I'm going to tackle this little repair around the window. Should should be a nice, quick, simple one. And then driver's side is nearly there. So you can see where I've started scuffing back the paint. Looks like it pretty much stops there. I think, well, camera won't pick it up. It just creeps under there. There's no signs of it on this side, but I think I'm going to cut that out anyway. So it looks like the best way to do this is to cut 2 sections. Cut one, bend it up, cut one, bend it up, plug weld them together. Let's do it. So I'm pretty sure you know the process by now. First, I'm cutting out the rust on both sides. I cut a little bit more than I need to, because as you'll see here, the rust has spread a lot further on the back, so I want to make sure I get all of it out. So what started as a small rust hole has now grown considerably. But this is what's needed to be done to ensure this doesn't just bubble up again in a couple of years. With the rust cut out, it's now time to cut my first piece and mark out where I need to fold it. I use the metal bender to get a nice true fold. Then I slice down the piece at staggered intervals so I can shape this to the curve of the window aperture. A little bit of shaping with the angle grinder, although most of this will get beat into place once I get a few tacks on it. Then I just puff a bit of the well-through primer on the back of this and onto my next piece. Now I've got this cut out already and all primed up. So same again, I've sliced it at staggered intervals and now I can work this with a hammer, just shaping it to the window aperture. A couple of holes with the hole punch, and then it's ready to start tacking in. Once it's held, I can roughly hammer this piece into the shape I want it. Then I tack in the second piece and also start working this round, trying to get that shape of the curve. With everything lining up and I'm happy with the curve, I can do my plug welds and finally weld in the 2 pieces. For grinding back the welds on these pieces, I'm using a combination of a flat disc, the finger sander and the die grinder. And slowly and surely, working round that curve, I start to get this to look pretty good and I'm happy that this is where it needs to be. Job done. We are all welded in and cleaned back. So that's not looking too bad. I had a couple of pinholes that I've just been back over with the welder. In the other side, looking all good. So I'm just going to give that a quick wipe down with the old panel wipe. And then we can get a bit of primer on it. I'll give that a couple of coats because this epoxy stuff does like to run if you put it on too heavy. So a bit of epoxy primer on there and that's looking all right. That's come out really well. Let's move on. So apart from this little panel here on the inner flitch that I'm going to have to make because I can't get them, that is the driver's side done. And I think it's come out all right. We've done the inner wing, we've done A-post repairs, we've done inner sill and outer sill, we've done the floor pan, done inner and outer arches at the back and that rear corner, plus the repair on the window. So we're just about ready to move on from the driver's side. This inner flitch repair panel that I'm going to have to make, I'll do it at the same time as the passenger side one. So for now, I think we're going to move round the back of the car and then work down the passenger side. But that will be in another video. That concludes this one. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Please hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one.